Hello and welcome to the Super Basement Bros
Hi!
Show. My name is Connor and I'm joined by my co-host Tanner and Hasten.
Heyo!
I like how Tanner just waved at the camera that's not on. This is a videoless episode. We apologize, our camera is
I'll make it to where you can hear
dead.
my wave.
But yeah, anyway, we are going to quickly do our last minute final predictions for the next generation of video game consoles, which are set to release this fall, more than likely.
If they even happen.
Hopefully. But we have the Xbox Series X from Microsoft and then the PlayStation 5 from Sony. Those are the confirmed names that we know about. But I wanted to just have a quick discussion with you guys about what you think they will be called, potentially. Just kidding. They have officially...
Well, we don't know what the PlayStation's going to be called. We know what the Xbox.
Well, no, PlayStation is confirmed it's PlayStation 5. But what I meant more is there's Xbox Series X could potentially be a couple consoles.
Oh, yeah.
Like under a Series X banner. So that's what I was implying. And then alongside what the price will be and what you guys think the release date will be for both of them.
Okay. Like how you have that meme.
I have the Stephen A. Wolves meme pulled up. I'll play it real fast. No. Anyway, let's go ahead and Tanner, let's start with you. What do you think? Let's go with price first. What do you guys thinking price-wise for these two consoles?
I mean, I imagine that it's going to be a little more than what their production cost is going to be, because it sounds like PlayStation's already announced that it's going to be about like $450 to make. And even though they may undercut, I'm imagining it'll be about $500.
That's actually what I was thinking, 500. The only thing is, I think Xbox is going to have those multiple tiers. So I think Xbox might have an $800 console.
Yeah.
Wow.
They might have a $700 console, and they might have a $500 console.
Because Xbox announced that the Xbox Series X specifically has 12 teraflops, but people were pointing out that it might be just the Series X.
Yeah.
That there might be a cheaper option that's
so
closer to the PlayStation 5.
let's go ahead and start with that, actually. Before we get to price, do you guys think Xbox will have more than one console?
I actually think both of them will. PlayStation and Xbox.
I think PlayStation will definitely only have one.
Me too.
Especially at launch.
I'm with that as well.
Specifically PlayStation. Now, Xbox, I think Xbox is going to have 2 or 3.
Didn't they already say something that they were going to?
Who?
Xbox.
No, they have not confirmed. No. There's been rumors.
But why would you call it Series X if you're not going to do Series S or Series, K?
Why would you? Yeah, why would you name it Series?
My prediction is that at launch there will be only one. And I think there will be a second one.
They'll announce the other one.
I think the second one, though, will be a Series S, and it'll be cheaper, but I don't think it'll come out till, like, spring next year or fall.
See, I actually disagree. I think at least 2 will come out at the start, where Hasten was pointing out, closer to an $800 one, where it's more like a PC.
I think that's way too expensive.
But I think there could be an $800 one, and then, like, a $550 one.
My prediction is that
like,
Series X will come out alone, not with another one, at $600 in November.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Obviously, the price you need to hit is 500.
Yeah.
Because that's what most consoles
will
release
be the
at.
price.
Didn't PlayStation 3 launch at 600, though?
Yeah.
PlayStation 3 launched at 600.
Yeah.
It was absurd.
PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Xbox 360
sold
launched at
okay
300.
still, though, right?
Not nearly as good as Xbox 360. That's why Xbox
launched at
360.
300.
That's why the 360 won that generation, is because it was cheap.
The lower price is going to win.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why PS4 beat Xbox
once again,
One. It was $100
depending
cheaper.
on when they come out, because as we know, they could have. One could be delayed, both could be delayed. We don't know for sure.
I'm imagining both will be November. And I think, here's the thing. I think Xbox Series X will be 600 unless PlayStation announce that they will be 500, in which case I think Xbox will be 500 as well.
I think Xbox will release last week of October, and I think PlayStation will launch the week after them.
Yeah, they'll wait until after. And if I'm honest, I think that Xbox will start out at 600. And then PlayStation will do 500. I don't think Xbox.
I think both
500.
of them will be 500.
I think Xbox will have to go more
prediction.
because Xbox is.
They're both going to be the same
more
price.
powerful.
Whatever they come out as, they're both going to be about the same price.
I think, whoever makes the first... Who's going to make the first move?
Xbox.
Xbox? Wow.
PlayStation will wait. Well, yeah, because PlayStation has already
basically already said, hey, we're not announcing.
We're doing a... They said they're doing a wait and see kind of...
But that's the thing. So you guys think that Xbox will announce the price first?
Yeah.
I mean, look, Xbox is trying to do the wait and see, but they'll eventually crack and they'll be like, okay, we have to do it.
Get this thing.
Because PlayStation's going to wait until the day before the console comes out. They're like... $700! We're sorry!
That's the thing.
Don't not buy
I really do think...
Xbox is up 500.
I honestly
Like,
think the
we
reason
knew.
why it's taking so long for them to announce is because they're both waiting to see
Well, they
who's
are.
going to do
They
it.
are.
And it's funny because
But Xbox will crack
I
first.
don't guarantee, but I'm fairly confident that whoever announces the price, if Xbox announces 500, PlayStation will be
do
500 as well.
Or they'll try to
if
do lower.
Xbox announces 600,
They will
I think
PlayStation
PlayStation will
will
do
go
500.
Oh, you think
No,
so?
they'll do
I
500,
think they'll
yeah.
do cheaper.
Because
to try and get the
PlayStation,
win.
that will be that's going to be their number one goal because it's already confirmed the specs for both and that Xbox is a more powerful teraflop console. So PlayStation has to win with price because otherwise it's the same price for a less powerful console. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they're going to try to, if they can, they're going to try to do it cheaper than Xbox. But like I said,
And I think that's what
Yeah.
could potentially get PlayStation that upper hand is if they are cheaper,
People
that
will
is
buy
bad
the
news
cheaper.
bears for
Yeah.
Xbox. Unfortunately,
I mean, even I would look at that and be like, okay, both
that's
consoles,
appealing. And
$100
all
less.
their exclusives, like
Yeah.
that is.
Plus,
that
I
would-
really want Godfall, so
Yeah,
there you go.
that would be a scary thing. So looking at the calendar in November for 2020 here, what do you guys think will be the date these consoles come out? If you think November.
Oh,
Hasten thinks October.
Oh, if you hear
So I'm-
noises,
We have a party going
There's a
on
party,
upstairs,
yeah.
so forgive
I
us.
say-
We're popular. No, I'm kidding.
October 30th for Xbox.
We record podcasts in the basement
And-
while parties go on.
And November 6th for the PlayStation.
November 6th for PlayStation.
What'd
What
you
day
say,
for
November
Xbox?
2nd?
October 30th. Day
Wow.
before Halloween.
Okay.
I could see that. So you're saying they're both releasing on Friday?
Friday is traditionally
Yeah.
when consoles come out, so that is a good.
I could see
prediction.
that. I mean, I don't know if Xbox will come out sooner though. They might come out at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's possible they both come out on the 13th of November.
13th of
The
November.
November 13th. I think they
Friday
might,
the 13th.
I think
both
that's a
come
little
out
too
then.
late though. Because that's
Well,
almost the end of the year.
PlayStation and Xbox One and PlayStation 4 came out November 2013, mid-November.
It all depends on Black Friday, though. Because the goal you want to meet is
You wanna
getting
be
out on
before.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
a little
before
bit
Black
before
Friday, yeah.
Black Friday so that you
Yeah.
can get all these shipments in.
Well, and that's exactly when both those consoles released last time, was mid-November.
Right.
So that's why I'm predicting that. I just think it works well. It's right before Black Friday, right before the holiday sales.
I'd say probably like November 5th. I think November 5th is they'll both.
So you
come
think a
out.
Thursday?
Oh, sorry, 6th. Yeah, 6th. I think
Okay.
they'll both come out the same day, November 6th. Either way, it's the beginning of the month because nowadays you don't just get your gifts for people for Christmas just on Black Friday. You get
Yeah.
it throughout the month of November.
Even
so I think
earlier
they'll look at
sometimes.
it as like, okay, we want to release as early as we can.
Man, do you guys think it's possible that they... Like, what?
December?
Who's going to come out if one of them... If they don't come out on the same day, who's coming out first?
Xbox.
Xbox.
Because, man, that's risky. Because last time it was the opposite. PlayStation came out first and Xbox came out a week later. And I think that also hurt them.
Yeah, because it was later and more expensive. So everyone was like, I already have.
Like, I already got a
PlayStation 4.
cheaper PlayStation 4 a week earlier. Yeah.
The thing is if Xbox comes out earlier and they're more expensive, it might help them, but it still might. People might still wait for the cheaper console.
Yeah.
It's just for me. I think it all depends on price because it doesn't really matter.
It all depends on what they announce, too, because if PlayStation... If the only game is Godfall, and Xbox somehow gets some of their companies to make some new games that look amazing, it depends on the games that come out, too. We don't quite know what games are going to be
Granted,
out. We don't
though-
know what's the differences between the consoles. Like,
You think Xbox comes out and they're like Halo Infinite, but then PlayStation comes out, they're like, oh yeah, Last of Us 2, Godfall.
I want to
God
add
of War
that to...
well,
2,
you're going to get...
Spider-Man
You also have the
2.
Xbox this time with a
Game
console.
Pass.
You're going to have Game Pass. You're
Right.
going to have 160 games that someone could
Well,
play
that's what I was
day
going to
one.
mention.
At launch,
Do you
which is
think
nice.
that they'll bundle Game
Yeah.
Pass?
You're gonna
with
get.
the
I think
console?
you're gonna get a year of Game Pass.
You think so?
Full year.
A full year.
Wow.
Because
That would be
Because
insane.
Apple,
That
when
would
you
be
buy a new
awesome.
phone with Apple, you get a year of Apple Arcade.
Oh dang!
Like, or sorry, you get a year of Apple TV. Sorry,
Okay.
year of Apple TV, which is a good
Still
deal.
big.
You made
Yeah.
save $60, $70.
That would be a huge bold move from Xbox.
Do you think
to
PlayStation
do
would
a
try to-
year
They
Game Pass. That would
basically
be
gave
awesome.
when they announced Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. They basically gave
away
free
for years.
for years.
Potentially.
Well, do you think that PlayStation will try to mimic that then and try to do like PlayStation Now?
I want to
PlayStation
add this as a
Live?
to spice up this conversation. I also want to talk about launch titles. And yeah, do you guys think PlayStation will have a Game Pass at launch?
I mean, they kind of do. Their PlayStation Now is kind of a Game Pass, kind of
but
situation.
nobody takes it. As
It's not.
seriously
I mean,
as
it's
Game
not.
Pass, yeah.
You can still like download the games
And it's
similarly,
streaming
but,
them.
yeah.
It's not quite
Plus,
the same.
I will admit, like I looked on it and it actually has Control. It's got some games, but it literally has comparatively to Game Pass way minimal.
And it's way more expensive.
Yeah, it's
from
way
what I
more.
understand, too.
Not only that, it doesn't work quite the same. You know, you can either stream the game, so it's got the laggy latency and all that, but you can download it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What do you guys think? Will there be a Game Pass for PlayStation at launch?
Yeah, there'll be something like it. I think they're gonna mimic it because the Game Pass has been so successful.
Yeah.
They're just gonna mimic it.
Well, and they'll do something with more backwards compatibility too. I doubt they'll just do PlayStation 4. They might announce, oh, you can actually play some PlayStation 3 games, you know, blah blah.
Man, if PlayStation doesn't, that would be
That's gonna be
Because
detrimental.
Xbox
yeah.
already announced you got backwards compatibility.
Well, you
with
think about it, like,
original Xbox for some games.
a grandma is talking to their son, or like they go to the store and they're like, my son has a bunch of games he wants to play the new console. They're like, oh well, he can play all of his previous games and the new games on this console, but he can only play the new games on
maybe
this
the grandma wants the console. How do you know?
Oh yeah, maybe she's like, oh,
Why are you judging? People are getting old.
Yeah.
She's like, I really want to play Mario 64. He's like, get out of here.
He's like, you cannot play that. Please, I'm sorry. Nintendo
He's like,
refuses to put that on the
Here's
Switch
the 64
too, so.
classic, so maybe
Yeah.
that comes out same
Maybe,
time.
hopefully.
Just kidding.
Nintendo refuses to add any sort of virtual
No.
console to the Switch, so deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think PlayStation will have one as well. PlayStation Pass or whatever you want to call it. But man, can they replicate what Xbox has?
Because
though?
Xbox has got some big games. They just
And do you guys think PlayStation will have their exclusive on launch?
that'd be big
with
too.
Pass? That would be
Because there's
huge.
every year there's a game I have to buy for PlayStation.
Yeah,
Because imagine
Last year there was 2.
Yeah, with
So that would've
Spider-Man
paid for
and
my
God
whole
of War.
thing.
picture
Yeah.
this. They come out E3.
This
they
year
do
there'll be
their,
at least one.
they do their state of
Probably
play,
two.
and they announce God of War 2.
Ghost of Tsushima got a release date, by the way, too, in July.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot
Yeah.
to mention that.
That's true.
That's pretty
Maybe.
big. Yeah, we'll see.
Imagine they come out
June or July.
their state of play, and they're like God of War 2, Spider-Man 2, Ghost of Tsushima. They're all free on the new Game Pass for PlayStation.
They will
My
do.
gosh, dude.
Yeah, I think they'll go crazy if that happens.
I mean,
I don't think that'll happen. My prediction is that if PlayStation does a pass, games coming out, exclusive PlayStation games at launch won't be on it, like Xbox.
Well, yeah, I agree.
I think they'll come out later. It'll be
I
like
do-
Disney
yeah.
Plus, how the movies... Frozen 2 was supposed to come out 3 months from now, which would have been 8 months since it was in theaters. So I think it'll be similar to that, where it'll be like, hey, God of War 2 is coming out May this next
well,
year.
even
you
Xbox
can get
did
it on PlayStation Pass
December.
a year from now. Yeah,
But you think about
December,
Xbox
yeah.
didn't implement the launch titles for a long time. Like when Xbox Game Pass first came
It
out.
was pretty close.
Well, when Game Pass first came out, it still had the older games.
Yeah.
It had like Sea of Thieves, games that had already been out.
It's mostly because they didn't have any.
Yeah.
no,
but
Sea
now-
of Thieves launched with Game Pass.
It was launched, yeah.
Oh, okay. But like they
I
waited
don't
a
own.
while.
I don't own Sea of Thieves technically.
Yeah, but like Gears 5, all those they launched on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite probably gonna launch on Game Pass, which is nuts.
It's announced already.
yeah, that's crazy. And if I'm honest, from Sony's past, they mimic or counter whatever Xbox does because it's a really smart business idea.
Yeah, most businesses
So
do.
most likely they will have some sort of Game Pass thing. They will have some sort of backwards compatibility, and with price, they'll try to mimic or counter with that.
Did you guys see the PlayStation controllers? Are probably gonna have like a heartbeat sensor.
Oh, yeah, I heard
inside
that.
of
And,
the
like,
controllers.
sweat
Yeah,
detectors.
sweat
It
detectors.
does. It does seem like
It'd
it's
be cool
gonna
if it like.
pretty similar
It'd
to
be
PlayStation
awesome if
4,
it
though.
cools the controller down so your hands don't sweat.
that would be
Because
dope,
that's a big
actually.
problem for me personally.
Oh, me
I
too.
sweat so much.
So that's
when
weird.
I
You
play
guys
games.
have that.
big
I don't.
time.
I've never.
I wish I had something like that for a GameCube controller playing Smash.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I've never had that issue.
You don't
Really?
sweat at all when you
No,
play games?
not at
Oh, I
all.
sweat
If anything,
hard.
my
My
hands
hands
get so
get
cold.
way
I have to
sweaty.
like put them under a blanket.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, my hands my hands will like slip off because I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'll literally like miss a
frick?
button press because my hand is like
heck?
slippery. all
That'd be
over it,
awesome
yeah.
if they could.
I mean, I know. Yeah, you like did that.
Yeah, I constantly am like wiping my hands down while I'm playing because
Yeah, I think
I'll
most
literally, if
people
I
have
die in
that.
Smash Bros, I'll throw down the controller for a second, wipe my hands, and grab the
I
controller.
think most
again.
people have that issue because Parker does that too.
Yeah,
Like though, yeah,
I
that's
think
weird.
you got weird hands.
Cold-blooded.
That's one of the reasons I like the Pro
Elite.
controllers or the Elite controllers because it has rubberized grips, so it's not.
Yeah, that is
Maybe that's
sticky.
why mine doesn't though, because my controller has grips.
Oh, you do? Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. That is weird. And yours is just regular, so that's
Mine's
why it does that.
it was like a collector's edition controller. It came with like one of the games. I don't know.
Gotcha. What do you guys think will be launch titles for these two? At
Halo
at
Infinite.
launch? Besides Halo Infinite.
Oh, good job.
We do know. We do know
Godfall.
one. For PlayStation, exclusively for PlayStation. I don't think we know any because Godfall is confirmed
PC.
PC
I have.
as well,
I
right?
think Horizon Zero Dawn
so
seems
is
like
Halo
a
Infinite,
very
though.
popular one that
Two.
everyone's like.
The second one.
Horizon Zero
That
Dawn's
one's
gonna be on there.
When I think it's been leaked. There's like leaks that there's gonna be a sequel.
There's been a lot of rumors, but we don't know if
I
it will
don't.
launch.
I don't think God of War or Spider-Man are going to get one.
Not yet,
I
either.
want Spider-Man Spider-Man to get one.
They will
Maybe
get
but-
sequels, but not at launch. Like
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
next
yeah,
year.
yeah.
or
Oh,
something.
of course.
Next year, probably both of them will get a sequel.
But you mentioned Godfall not being exclusive. Technically, you could say that about Halo Infinite because it is also launched. on
True,
PC.
true. What I mean though is like in terms of associating it with that platform, it's
True.
like Master Chief is an Xbox character.
Yeah.
Versus Godfall, I don't think people are gonna be like PlayStation. Like, I mean, maybe they will.
Potentially.
Who
I
knows?
mean, because it does seem like PlayStation's going the route more of Xbox because that's another thing we didn't mention on our last episode. Death Stranding got announced for PC.
yeah,
Finally,
And
which-
Horizon Zero Dawn.
PlayStation fans are so pissed.
I know, and Horizon
I
Zero
don't know
Dawn.
why they are.
Yeah, I don't
They
get it either.
You should be happy for the gaming community. Like,
Well, it's like more people get to play the game.
not
What's-
just
what's wrong
that,
with
it got announced with Half-Life crossover event. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that, yeah.
crazy. It's got like the head crabs and hats.
Even
and
more
stuff.
crazy than Death Stranding, though, I think, is Horizon Zero Dawn going to PC. Because that's like a full-on PlayStation exclusive.
Granted, though,
from
the reason I
a
wasn't
studio they've owned forever.
the reason I wasn't surprised about Death Stranding is because it originally got leaked. And
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it on the podcast.
Yeah, it did. Mm-hmm.
And they don't own Kojima. They don't. Own
They
his.
licensed out, I
Yeah.
think, Kojima Studios to make it. But yeah,
I figured-
I don't think they own Kojima.
I think they
Productions.
even announced that it was a timed exclusive when it launched. So I don't know why people are upset about that one.
Yeah, the bigger one is Horizon Zero Dawn because that's like a whoa, that's a studio
Yeah, that's
they
nuts.
own. So yeah, I think it's likely to get Horizon. They need something, right? They have to have something. What's going to be the big game? And I think Horizon too.
Right, they have a lot of places they could go. Maybe they've been working on Uncharted. Maybe they've been.
That
could
would be
be.
amazing.
That would be huge.
you
That
think-
would sell the console. I'd have
Yeah.
to get it. I
That's
don't
the
know.
thing is like we don't know though. It could be that.
I
Because
think
they haven't
Naughty
said
Dog's
anything.
been working on Last of Us. Apparently, they've had a huge time crunch recently.
yeah.
But they could have licensed it out
I
to
think
a separate studio.
I think
hope
yeah,
not.
that's what I'm thinking actually too.
Because like wasn't Lost Legacy
Lost
Naughty
Lost
Dog?
Legacy was Naughty Dog.
Lost Legacy was
but
just a
it was-
DLC to 4, basically.
And Lost Legacy was a smaller team from Naughty Dog, though. So I'm thinking, what if
Naughty Dog Montreal.
during Last of Us is development time, the team that made Lost Legacy
Separated.
instead they just like stayed separated and started working on.
'Cause, I mean,
Uncharted
Naughty Dog-
Legacy 2.
Naughty Dog
or a
obviously
second
is
Lost
a
Legacy.
bigger company. They could probably afford to do like a separate company or a separate studio where they have like a Montreal.
I mean, they originally did that.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog used to be 2 studios. Like when Uncharted 3 was being made, Last of Us was being made at the same time. So
There you go.
it's possible that they
Uncharted
could be working on
5?
an Uncharted 5
It'd be
or
nuts.
Uncharted
That would
Lost
be
Legacy
huge,
as well.
honestly. I think that would sell the console more than the
oh,
Xbox.
for sure.
Because Halo's
Well,
popular.
I don't know though, because it would sell to Uncharted fans.
The issue
which
is
PlayStation fans anyway.
Halo's popular, but it's been out of the limelight for so long. I mean, Halo 5 didn't even launch with the
Halo
Xbox
has
One.
such a legacy to
The
it,
Xbox
though.
One.
I think
It's going
True.
to be big, and it's on Game Pass, so it's not going to sell copies.
Well, and there hasn't
It's
been
gonna be
a
weird.
Halo launched with the console since the 360. Because the
Yeah.
Halo 5 didn't launch with the Xbox One.
I think
So,
if there was an Uncharted 5 too, I don't think it would focus on Nathan Drake at all. I don't think Nathan Drake
No.
would be even in it.
I don't think so.
But
Nathan Drake's daughter.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, spoilers. But
Is she, isn't she the main
But-
one in Lost Legacy?
no,
Oh.
no, those are side characters from throughout the series. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Lost Legacy too with Chloe from and Nadine again or whatever.
Yeah.
But that would be cool to see Nathan Drake's daughter. If
I mean, there could be
5.
big. If I'm honest, the way I'm thinking is, I think there's gonna be new stuff. I think in a new
like
IP.
new IPs. That is possible
for
sure.
both.
Yeah,
consoles.
I think Xbox is for sure gonna.
I mean,
Xbox
they definitely-
doesn't
all
have a
their-
ton.
no, and
Xbox
they
doesn't
just
have
bought a bunch of
anything other.
companies.
Yeah, they bought these companies that are making new IPs.
Yeah.
Cuphead maybe. Like,
Ooh,
Cuphead 2.
I didn't think about that. That would be
The
nuts.
DLC hasn't even.
The DLC needs
Maybe
to come out
maybe
at some point.
they might have done what Uncharted did.
and just made it a
Made a
full
whole game.
Yeah,
Because
that
they
would
might have
be
been
awesome.
like, it's taken so long, we might
Might as well just make this a full game. Honestly,
That'd
I
be
wouldn't
sick.
be surprised. That would
Cuphead
be
2
amazing.
exclusive or Xbox?
I don't think it would be exclusive, but I think
Well, it'd
it
be
would
PC, I guess.
like
well,
a
and
year
probably
exclusive
Switch too.
or something. Like
It'd
a
probably
year
come to
exclusive.
Switch later.
Well, that's
doubt
what I
it would
mean though.
launch
It's
on
like so
Switch,
it
yeah.
wouldn't be like fully exclusive, but
But that's the thing. You're gonna get a lot of new IPs and. Like I bet Xbox has 4 games at
Oh,
least.
easy.
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 launching that are new IPs.
and I don't think they'll all be AAA. But I
No.
think there will.
I think there'll be 1 or 2 AAA
one or two.
though.
Wait, isn't Psycho not?
Psychonauts. That's not AAA,
That's not AAA though. That's indie.
Yeah, but because like they bought all those companies and none of those companies have done anything yet.
It's like double
Yeah.
A.
So you're thinking,
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a little bit better than indie. Because Psychonauts is a big game.
pretty known. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
it's
But
more like a
definitely
Cuphead.
it's definitely not AAA though. Yeah.
it's like State of Decay 2. It's like it's
Yeah.
not AAA.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, none of these companies that they've bought have done anything yet. They've been preparing for this. You know, I feel like they're gonna announce
Ooh,
like big IPs, new stuff.
When we totally spaced Everwild.
Everwild, the Rare-
Rare's game,
the
could
new
totally
Rare
be a
game.
launch game
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
and
I
that sounds like
definitely see
it's gonna be huge. It sounds like it's gonna be really awesome. So
that. I mean, well, yeah, we'll see time will tell. But I think
yet
it's
to
safe to
disappoint me.
bet Halo Infinite, Ever Wilds,
Psychonauts,
2.
something new with the new companies they just bought, just barely.
Yeah, I think there'll be a Forza for sure at launch.
Obsidian might make a new game. I know they just made.
Oh wait, that one game will probably be the Ant game where you're like a little tiny person. Remember they already announced their next game after Outer Worlds.
They announced, you're like an ant. You're small people.
It's like a double A type game too. It's not fully triple A
I
yet.
don't remember.
But they announced it at E3 this last year. Anyway, I think that'll be at launch. So yeah, there'll be a lot of mixed bag. I'm curious to see if there'll be like a Halo Infinite level type game alongside.
Yeah, like a AAA, maybe Gears.
Gears definitely not. It's too soon.
It's too soon.
But
After 5.
I'm trying to think. What else did they even have that they could?
that's the thing.
Maybe a new Tomb Raider
for Xbox. It'll
Exclusive
be
Xbox is gonna be new IPs because that's why they bought these companies. I think
So
is
they
to
can
make
have
new
exclusives.
IPs, so
Yeah.
they can get good exclusives.
Which is
right.
awesome.
That's why their problem. They don't have anything right now.
Yeah, I can't really predict anything for them.
And
but-
I think with PlayStation, they're in a tough position too because they just had their big exclusives last year.
and
God
this
of
year,
War,
Last of Us,
Spider-Man, Last
and
of Us, yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima.
So
But they
you
haven't
think
had an Uncharted for
Since Lost
4
Legacy.
or 5 years now.
It
So-
was 2016
3
for
years ago?
Uncharted 4, 2017 for Lost Legacy.
3
so
years.
they could have a new Uncharted, which could be big, and so
Horizon,
they might.
makes
Like
sense.
I said, I think they'll have a bunch of new IPs too because they have companies too. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a bunch of.
Well, and they
people.
just bought freaking Insomniac. who makes
So they could
Spider-Man.
make something that's not Spider-Man. They could have a separate studio.
They could,
who
yeah,
knows?
straight up. It sucks, but there could be a Sunset Overdrive
Overdrive
2
2,
on
exclusive.
to
Can you
PlayStation.
imagine?
That would be so ironic.
It's
But,
like, oh,
yeah, it's really up in the air with both of them, I guess. I think Horizon though is my prediction for PlayStation's biggest launch because they have to have one big game, right? They can't
Yeah.
just come out without a game.
well, they can't just be like Godfall. 'Cause it's like, okay, that's not enough.
That's not enough.
That's not
yeah.
enough to sell a console. Mm-hmm. Especially since it's coming to PC.
Granted, what PlayStation could do though is if they have a reveal event for PS5 and actually show the console and stuff, they could be like, guess what? God of War 2, Spider-Man 2, Uncharted 5, all next year or all,
And it will be,
20
and they will all be launching on our Game Pass.
Yeah, and it's like
system.
they won't be at launch for the PlayStation 5, but they'll all be out
I
next.
might, I might just poop myself.
Like
That
seriously,
would
it would
launch.
Be, it would,
That
be
would
like,
sell the console.
It would be like, holy crap! Okay, like I guess
I buy
the
all
launch
3
is
of them at
gonna
one
suck,
time. I take 3 weeks off of work and I just sit in my basement. and play.
Take 3 months off.
I'm like, which one do I start?
Yeah, I don't think
That-
they'd release it
that
at the
could
same
be
time
big.
because that would be
What would you do?
Cannibalize.
How would you handle that situation?
you wouldn't be able to.
Like-
I'd be like,
the issue is,
Be
would
like,
you be because
Spider-Man first? I guess.
that would kind of suck though to have an announcement where they're telling you that next year you'll have to look forward to that next year, to where you're buying the console and waiting a year to even play anything good.
yeah, but I definitely think if they announced a PlayStation Pass subscription with it,
Yeah.
they could entice people to buy it at launch because they'd be like, yeah, we don't have exclusives at launch really, but we have PlayStation Pass, which has a ton of third parties that you can play right off the bat at launch. That might be what they're planning. I don't know.
I know Ubisoft is probably going to be announcing their new Assassin's Creed game this year.
That's true. I
Their
forgot
Norse
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of third-party games coming out at launch for sure. Who knows what those are going to be at this
I
point?
mean, we could see a lot of new timed exclusives. I mean, Call of Duties have timed exclusives with PlayStation.
I kind of feel like timed exclusives are going to kind of
Go away.
Go away. Yeah.
I hope so. They suck.
Besides like PC ones, PC ports always happen. Like,
Well, sure.
Besides stuff like that, but I mean like I don't think we'll see like a Rise of the Tomb Raider situation.
Or like a DLC coming out earlier than on one.
Yeah, I
console
hope
than
that bullcrap ends. Like
Because that stuff sucks.
Nobody likes that
That's not
stuff.
good.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's good marketing because you're just limiting the.
Yeah, you're limiting
player
yourselves for real.
Because then some people might watch other people play the DLC on YouTube and they're like, oh, I don't want to play it.
Yeah.
And then they won't buy it. You know, when you just have everybody buy it, even if it's a bad purchase.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or
Like
even,
Anthem.
Or even like Rise of the Tomb Raider. Like I think that totally hurt that game because
Yeah.
people bought it on
It's
Xbox.
a big fan base.
But
that's
then there's a
taken
lot of
away.
people that love it who played PlayStation and they're like, oh, I have to wait a year. And then when it comes out at that point,
It's
they're like, it's
old and
old. It's an old
dated.
game. Like, yeah.
Well, like, imagine if Anthem came out on PlayStation first. You know, that's a big chunk of people that wouldn't have bought the game right at launch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's make final predictions here for this next generation, guys. What is lock and load, date, price? What do you guys got?
All right, November 6th. I'm thinking 600. I think there's going to be two.
For both?
I'm thinking, well, 600 for Xbox at least. And 500 potentially for PlayStation. It depends on how many versions come out.
If there is two versions, I forgot to ask you guys this. Do you think one of them will be all digital? The cheaper one?
I think
No, I think they'll both have
this
disc drives because Xbox's big thing is they want backwards compatibility.
Yeah. I
With
think
discs.
so too. because that would the rumor was originally that it would be a digital one, but I wonder if this sad version of the Xbox, the discless one, Xbox One sad,
yeah.
Like maybe
My
they were like,
it didn't go well.
It didn't go that well, and maybe
probably didn't
decided
sell
to
well
scrap
either.
it. Yeah.
Even when
Plus, I count on my consoles to be my DVD players. I need it.
Yeah.
I need it to have a disc drive. I
You
don't
have
want to
to have
buy
a-
a DVD player.
And that's the thing too, is like I get it. Everything's going digital, that makes sense. But
not yet.
so many people still have discs. Like, think about your entire Blu-ray.
like
or
that
DVD
would have been a
collection
good
that you
move
can't
in
watch.
10 years. You know,
Yeah, maybe.
but like, or 20 years. Like,
Even then, though, it's like people still
it's
have
still nice.
discs.
Yeah, they still
They
exist.
still exist to
Yeah.
use. To where it's like, why not have a disc drive? Like, does it really affect?
They're
that
so
much?
cheap
Yeah,
to
it's like
put
it's so
in.
cheap.
Yeah,
like,
why not put it in?
it might as well have it, even if people don't use it. I don't see the reason to not
have it
one.
in.
It just seems kind of like a waste of an
Yeah.
idea. My prediction is November 13th. I think they come out the exact same day. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, only one Xbox console, both at $500. And I think we see an Xbox Series S, like a cheaper one, for $400 spring next year.
That'd be crazy. 400.
October 30th for Xbox, November 6th for PlayStation. I think they'll both be at $500. Or I think if Xbox does go 600, I think PlayStation's going to go 600. I think they'll be about the same.
They'll copy each other.
Mhm. And then,
Because then PlayStation might think like, oh, since they went 600, we might as well.
We can do
so
it
we
too.
can make money. Yeah.
what was the other thing?
Do you think 2 consoles for Xbox?
Yes, I think 2 consoles will be out, and
At launch.
I think one will be 500 or 600, and I think one will be 700-800
That's
Oh,
what I
wow.
still think.
with higher specs.
Because like, if you think about it, like they
So you're
could
thinking an
make one
expensive one and then
And
one that's
like
normal
like a
level.
basically a
PC.
PC,
They could
And
make
then,
one closer to
like
a
an
PC.
Xbox One S times 2.
Gotcha. Huh.
Because they could make one that they
Or
might
X
even
times
come out
2.
E3 and say like, we have one that's more console based, but then we have one that's more customizable PC based, where you know it's more like a
Yeah.
PC.
That's true.
You know,
Real fast, last question. We'll wrap this up. What do you guys think is going to be the big thing this generation that's going to separate, like, from this generation? That's going to be the big
subscription
question.
services,
Subscription
Game Pass,
services.
yeah.
Game Pass and whatnot.
I
Loading
think
times.
download speed, yeah, SSDs.
Load times, which SSDs are going to basically
Yeah.
eliminate
like load
for the
times,
beginning
download times
of
even.
this cycle. I think they're going to age, and you're going to have load times eventually.
I think they're gonna change up the system and maybe not have where you have to download the whole game in order to play it at launch.
Yeah, that's basically confirmed at this point.
Where
Do you
can
guys
just start
think
it up.
that that's going to be it? Like, I know that's great and all, but, like,
Yeah.
do you think, like, that's going to be the main selling point?
I mean,
for this
PlayStation's going to
generation?
have a VR, I bet, without headsets.
A
But
separate
Oh, so do you think
VR.
of your PSVR
not
2?
this year.
Not
but
Well, I think we
next,
talked
next
about
year,
it
the next year after,
separately.
maybe.
I think they'll make it its own thing too.
I think so,
VR.
too.
But yeah, I mean, this generation's not much different from the last. You know, I mean, it obviously we got better at the things we did, but there's not going to be something revolutionary. You know, where it's like everything's in VR. Your console can make you a sandwich.
Yeah, I
or-
think the VR thing kind of it still needs time.
it's
it needs to develop
years
still.
and years away.
Yeah.
Yeah, decades.
Well, sweet. Anything else you guys want to add to this conversation?
Nope, I am not worried about either because I'm a PC now. So even if they're both expensive, I'll just be like, oh wait,
I'm going to buy both of them on launch day.
play
'cause
Godfall.
That's what I want to do.
Wait, so you're not planning to get
I'll
into
probably
it all?
I'll probably get the Xbox, but I'll be in no rush to probably get a PlayStation, just like I did, because if Godfall is coming to PC, and I'll still want to get a PlayStation earlier than I did with.
Depends on the
PlayStation 4.
games they announce. If they announce that Uncharted 5's coming out, I'm buying
Launch.
console launch day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice.
Yeah,
I don't have a choice.
It's honestly, I gotta wait to hear what the game situation
Yeah,
is
it's
like.
too early to
once
tell.
once that happens, I'll be able to make my informed decision. But we thank you guys for listening. What are your predictions in the comments below for price, release dates? Whoever gets it right gets a heart. All right, we love you.
Get my heart. I'll
get-
send it to you.
You get my heart. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye 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 bye.